Michelle are podcast's most interesting and loving couple. Join them every week as this radio personality and this author come together to let you into their lives.
We got to get to this marrying for money. We actually got into a really awesome discussion because I really do think most women are all gold digging whores.
I married this man, guy.
No, but I do believe that, marrying for money can lead to some really bad results.
I agree, yeah.
And here we have some stories to prove such things from the BuzzFeed community. My parents married each other for money and were pretty manipulative to get their earnings. However, when the truth was revealed years later, they realized that they both needed to change their ways. And with a lot of couples therapy and time management for each other, my parents came to actually love each other. That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
I like that.
That is cool.
I was engaged to my soulmate when he blindsided me and broke up with me. I was in the depths of depression for nearly a year when I met my current husband. He's nice and we get on well, but I knew I'd never be in love. He was financially stable and responsible and could offer me good support for my education, amazing travels, and a beautiful home and 2 wonderful children. Life is very good, but we'll never be in love. I crave that someday so much. Wow.
That is wild.
That's crazy.
We're not affectionate, and I wonder what effect that'll happen on our children. I often think that we'll separate later in life, and I'll find someone who makes me feel that way again. I did the practical thing. I can't complain, but sometimes I'm sad. She's 46 from Canada. Wow.
Wait, obviously at one point or a couple of points they were affectionate because they got 2 kids. So there's that.
I mean, there's that. There is that. Let's see.
There could have been a clause in the prenup.
That's true. My mom married for money and status. Classic narcissistic trait. She's delighted with her choices, but neither of her children, because of the kind of person who marries for money, is usually a horrible person. First, I had a college romance and married for love. We were married for 8 years, and he never had one single job. He also had a kid from a previous relationship. So, yeah, I got to take care of a whole family at 19. He cheated the whole time, lied, left me with his kid for long periods of time while he was doing goodness knows what. I was in the military to pay for said family, so I couldn't just come back and go as he did. My second marriage was when I was close to my 30s, and I was financially stable and doing well. I didn't want that to happen again, so I made sure the person that I married was at least financially on my level. His family is loaded. We have a prenup so that I'd be protected in case of a divorce. Turns out he's horrible with money. Wow. He is an alcoholic and has a gambling addiction. He makes a lot, but he spends as fast as it comes. He kept all of that a secret until he hit rock bottom. I had no idea what kind of debt we were in. I signed my own death warrant, though, before I knew what was happening. Before we had kids. Wow.
That's the thing is that a lot of rich men don't think about either, that if you're marrying a woman who's marrying you for your money, she's going to be really good at spending it.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm about to read this one to you because this is such a classic case of people who are rich because the options are so available. When you're that rich, you could have anyone you want, and so you get bored.
Yep.
The man gets bored. And so I want to read this one specifically because millionaires, people who are this rich, do not like to share. So I was 25, she says. I had just quit a job and had $200 to my name. He was 35, a hedge fund manager whose dad was a successful executive, a.k.a. a millionaire. Fairy tale romance, quickie wedding, and 10 years later, it's a completely mixed bag. He never wanted to have an us life, and he never wanted to share anything. He still goes to the grocery store to buy his own snacks after I go and ask what he wants. He won't jointly file taxes with...
Wow.
And the most annoying thing is that because he's always had money, he makes all the decisions on a whim. Want to go to Las Vegas this weekend? It was exciting in the beginning, but 10 years later, I guess I wanted a more pragmatic and equal relationship. Wow, that's interesting. And I want people to realize that because This is the idea that young girls have.
Right.
When they go after the older rich man, you're never going to meet eye to eye because you're young, you're wild, you're free.
Well, there's that, and then also side pieces really need to heed this as a warning, because a lot of times the side piece comes the second or third wife, and they think like, oh, I'm special because he's paying all this attention to me. But the reality is, you're wife number 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're gonna get stuck in the same prenup trap, and you're gonna get older, and there's gonna be someone who's gonna come along later who's younger and more sparkly than you.
Exactly. You're always replaceable. You want me to do one more?
Do one more, yeah.
Because these are really good. I was emotionally blackmailed by my mom into marrying into a super wealthy family. We ourselves are not wealthy at all. Before marriage, it was all stressful being on the poor side of the marriage. After the marriage, I learned that seriously wealthy sometimes had serious money problems. Very soon after marriage, I had to learn a whole lot about how money works and got into a few fights to make sure that the money remained with us. At least we are wealthy, if not super wealthy now. It's quite nice. To be honest, I never realized while growing up how much better life is when you are rich. Like, not just the material stuff, but the freedom. Interesting. I like the honesty there. Because everybody likes to sell the dream that you can't buy happiness. But sometimes, man, I'm telling you, that money definitely takes away some of those stresses. It relieves a lot.
The thing that really gets me about these too is when you're wealthy, not learning about money, like relying on other people to deal with your money. There's so many downsides to that.
Scary.
There's so many crooked accountants.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much that they can add into the fine print and screw you over, and you're just spending and spending and spending.
You're just swiping the card, thinking everybody's has your best interest in mind. That's why, see, if anybody's ever asked me, would you ever want to be famous? That's why I wouldn't want to be famous.
It's one of those, there's two sides to every story situations.
Right. I love it. Let us know what you think. Would you be after a rich person? What downsides do you see marrying for money? At Down in the DM Pod for Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. When you seek revenge, you have to do it quietly.
Oh, yeah.
Because the thing is, revenge feels nice in the moment, but it can get you in trouble, especially if there's evidence of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like this guy who, my man, he was definitely thinking strategically. This man found out that his wife of 24 years, can you imagine? You put in 24 years in together. All for Brooke. God damn you, Brooke. You whore. Had cheated on him with her golf partner.
Whoop.
In a video shared on TikTok, the man detailed his immediate actions in the aftermath of learning about his wife's affair. The video started with the unnamed man talking into the camera while standing in front of a Wells Fargo bank.
Hey, shout out Wells Fargo.
My man. He tells people watching, and if you have a husband or you have a wife that you've been married to for 24 years and you come home and you find them fucking their golf partner in the living room, one thing you might want to do is go to the savings box. That's right. A savings box. That's right, Brooke. I'm at Wells Fargo. And then in the next scene, he had returned to his car and was going through the contents of the safety deposit box. He first showed viewers a fistful of cash that he had pulled out of an envelope and was intended to be an emergency fund. According to him, Brooke's infidelity counted as one. He had also retrieved the title to his wife's car, but clarified that the vehicle was in his name, insinuating that he had planned on repossessing it from her. The distraught husband also said that all of her jewelry, including diamond rings, earrings, and bracelets, was there, and that he planned on selling all of it to the pawn shop.
Wow.
A lot of people, of course, supporting him, saying, good man, and this is the smartest dude ever. Many people even said that he had even seen this coming for some time and was ready to pounce as soon as his suspicion about his wife were confirmed. I do agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. He was way too calm.
Yeah.
You know, when you're that calculated, you've been thinking about, I know she's cheating on me, and when I find out...
He probably hired a private investigator.
Thanks! They suspected he was happy because he could finally rid himself of her and still keep the valuables that he had purchased. But as devastating as being cheated on is, and as tempting as it is for the victim to strike back as soon as possible, the angry husband did several things that you definitely should not do when you find out that your partner has been unfaithful. Those include reacting immediately, posting about the affair on social media, and trying to get even. Emptying the bank account, or in this case, the safe deposit box, though it probably felt exhilarating in the moment, tampering with marital assets in advance of a divorce will have to be reckoned with in court. And you'll likely end up paying back what you took. Wow. Once the cheating is shared on social media, it opens up the doors to the opinions of others clouding you and your estranged spouse's decision-making process.
Wow.
So this is why it's really important that if you find yourself in this unfortunate situation, stay calm, be direct and honest with yourself and your spouse about your future of the relationship.
I mean,
don't blame yourself, and do make sure that you are dealing with the resulting emotions in a healthy way. Most importantly, decide what you need to do to move forward and have a peaceful, loving life with or without your philandering mate.
You know, I don't all the way agree with this, and here's why. It makes me mad that no one ever says when you feel like something's wrong, address it immediately. Because look at where they are. Obviously, she's having an affair, right? Obviously, he found out he has confirmation of the affair. But we're skipping the part of the I have suspicions, or we're skipping the part of what happened to make her lean on her golf partner for more than just golf. You know what I mean? And I feel like in these situations, especially when it comes to marital assets, it's important to figure out, like, where did you guys go wrong as a unit? Like, yeah, you want to take revenge, but he has to take some responsibility too, because he's too ready. Like, he's too ready to be like, I'm done, which means he's been done with the marriage for a while. He just wanted a reason to leave.
Well, obviously he was done, but what if he was done because he had a suspicion, and like we said, there was a private investigator
what if he was looking into it?
Well, he can do that. Stop. I'm just kidding. But I've often said that if I found out that my partner was cheating, I'm whipping out the phone, I'm pulling out the camera app, and I'm going live. I'm going live on Facebook. And your whole family's going to see that you're a fucking
You know,
But, you know, that's, again, reactionary.
That's reactionary, and that's satisfying as that is. That opens up the doors for lawsuits for things like revenge porn. You filmed me because you were angry, and I...
but you got to say... But you never said that I couldn't.
I never said you could either. You have to get permission.
Right, but if I'm recording and you're there and you don't tell me to stop...
I mean,
or that you don't wish to be recorded, you've already consented.
But what if they're saying it in the video? Like, after you start recording, are you going to stop immediately?
Oof. Well, yes, I will stop. I just will get out what I was trying to say.
I mean, but once you, even once it's on, it doesn't even matter if they say stop or not. The idea of, like, I can say, oh, I was in shock. That's why I didn't say stop recording, because I was in too much shock. I couldn't believe he was filming me.
Bullshit. Yeah,
I'm just saying.
No, I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
You know
I get
what
you're saying. No, there's a defense for everything, right?
Yeah.
In a sense. That doesn't mean it's a good defense.
But there's a defense.
But there is a defense for everything. Hi. We got a TikTok?
Yeah, we got a TikTok.
All right, let's get to the TikTok.
TikTok.
Saucy questions for couples edition.
Oh!
Who fell in love first? Who made first move? Who said I love you first?
Okay, so far.
We're gonna have to go back and answer these.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. This got out of control just now.
It did.
All right.
I like it.
Let's go through these one by one.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Who fell in love first?
Who fell in love first? I think this is gonna get us fighting tonight.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we'll be fine.
We're gonna be just fine, she says. Who fell in first? Fell in love first.
Definitely me. You didn't even like me in the beginning.
I think the next two are also gonna be you.
Oh, okay.
We'll find out. Okay, here we go.
Who made first move?
You actually.
Did I?
Yeah.
You would say I made the first move.
I would say that, yeah.
Even though the ongoing story is I hit him up in the DMs,
Well, okay, hold on. Let's say, because I'm thinking about it physically. You're thinking about it romantically. So
Okay.
I guess physically you, romantically me?
Which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I think guys are supposed to be the aggressor, I think, when it comes to physical.
Okay, I don't think you should say it like
whoops.
that.
All right. Whoops. Here we go. It's the next one. Oh, my God.
I love the transition music.
Who said I love you first?
Well, it's definitely you.
Definitely me.
I don't say I love you first. But
Okay.
No. Let me explain, though. It's a pride male ego thing.
Always horny.
Who's always horny?
Me.
You think so?
Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, you don't have an 8-hour job.
Oh my God! Wow! I was just kidding. And your grievances, babe. I think it's pretty balanced, though.
I can agree with that.
Jealous.
You know, we don't really have a jealousy issue. When instead of jealousy, we more or less approach each other like in the terms of you didn't keep your word. So it's not so much about jealousy for us. It's about, are you doing something that you said you wouldn't do?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I don't know. It's just I was telling you the other night. After marriage, I didn't feel a reason to be jealous.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like you said, like not keeping up the things that we said we were going to keep up bothers me. But it's not because I'm out here thinking that you're doing something you shouldn't be.
Right.
It's just people fuck up and we're human and we slip up. But never have I stopped down and been like, I wonder if she's with guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've never had it. Like once I'm married, I hope that shit is equal with the both of you. All right. Oh my God.
Always says sorry first.
Me.
I'm sorry. Don't leave
Or this
me.
that was the last one.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Sorry is definitely me. But I will say, you have said sorry more lately. But I still say I'm sorry more.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. These are fun questions.
Those were fun. That's a nice little TikTok.
Sit down with your partner and do these. I don't want to ruin my marriage, but apparently on Family Feud you can.
Oh, yes. You can.
We ask 100 married men, name something an ex-girlfriend was better at than your wife. Sex. You so damn stupid. Name a reason a man thinks his wife looks as young as she did the day he married her. Alcohol. Best answer.
That is fantastic.
If it were up to me, I'd never blank again.
Cheat.
Cheat.
Oh! Oh!
Shit.
Shit!
Dumbest thing you
Wow.
could have said. What are you, an idiot? Give me Carly, give me Darius.
That was crazy.
That was
Get him,
wild.
Carly, get him, yeah.
Distract them!
Distract him.
Come on, Darius!
Is it still playing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear
Is that
it.
your wife?
I thought you stopped it.
What is the least
there it goes.
sexiest part of your wife?
Her stomach.
Oh.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's why I let this game get your ass whooped.
Oh, who's an answer?
Something you can't wait to get out of at the end of your day.
Marriage.
Oh my God!
Oh, I don't feel this way, for the record.
Okay.
Is there a lawyer in the house?
Yep, your ass is in trouble. If you could change one part of your husband's body, what would it be?
Oh.
His penis.
Oh, I knew it. Come on. She's trying to get revenge.
He's having a rough day. If you could get rid of one thing in your life for a whole year, what would you choose? Alex.
My husband.
My wife.
Oh.
Tony said,
No, he had to be doing this for TV.
tell me the last
Yeah.
thing you stuck your finger in.
My wife, Steve.
You okay now?
Oh my God!
This is just a game. You have to live with this woman. This might be a time just take an X. Okay, all right. We asked 100 married men. That be you. What part of your wife's body looks better with clothes on?
Her breasts. But they look
God.
great with the clothes
No,
on.
no, no. I said, Dad, you need to think about this before you say this shit. I could never make love to someone that looked like my who.
My lovely husband!
You don't
Not
see
my lovely husband.
Oh, sir, it's up there, Steve. It's up there, Steve.
Yeah.
Come on.
Larry, name something a divorced man hopes his ex-wife will do.
Die.
Nate, this ought to be good. You're married, and she's right there. Name something about your wife you never make fun of when she's around.
Her smell.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I wouldn't do it when she is around or not around. Just
You ain't think this answer out at all, do you? All right, Paul, a man should wait until his divorce is final before telling his wife she's what?
calling her a
Oh my God.
It's up there, Steve. It's up there.
I'll tell you one thing, Paul. Women do not like that.
Oh my
Name a job that's dirty, but someone has to do it.
The plumber,
Try again.
of course. 30. Gynecologist.
It's so good.
You married, Rocco?
Not yet. Couple months.
Yeah, I better check with her after this one. Tell me something Santa Claus might get rid of when he retires.
Mrs. Claus.
No bueno.
Hey, man, y'all mama down there. Using the barter system, what could we give you in exchange for your man? Kenyatta.
Bread. Bread.
Bread.
He's not worth gold or anything because they loaf of bread.
Damn, Jody. Jody. Something to give you for your man help. No for bread.
You're
Well,
using
Jody,
the barter system. My
all that
God.
serving the country and riding on them covert operations you done for this country and drive a Black Hawk,
Yes, sir.
pilot Black Hawk helicopters and
It's like we're trading like the Aztecs.
Great job.
I'll trade you our guys for some crops.
Some bread. Name something your wife might be better at if she took lessons.
Sex.
Oh my
Name something your wife might be better at if she took lessons. I don't know what she was thinking. You said... Is your wife here?
No, she's not here. We went over this. Before. We did.
He really said that with his tail tucked between his legs, though.
We talked about the game show, and there could be some answers that may not be in the favor of you, but that's not how I feel about you. I'm trying to win $20,000.
Yeah, you think this the best way to win this $20,000?
It's up there. It's not my wife. Those men wife. Not mine.
That's what they said. You ain't saying.
That's right.
That ain't your answer.
That's their answer.
That's their answer.
I'm speaking for them because we
You
good.
speaking for them because we good.
We good over here.
Come on, man. Let's hang it up. Come on, let's go. Come on, man. Hang in there, baby. It's going to be all right. This the dumbest thing you could have said. Come on, Dre, let's go. Man, I hope you got a bunch of points. Survey said...
Oh!
It's going to be all right, baby.
Oh my God, that was so good.
Let me
That
tell
was
you-
probably one of the funniest videos you've ever brought into the show.
I'm so
I
glad.
am tearing over here.
I'm so glad. So look, I have some questions, some Family Feud couples edition questions
Yes.
for you now.
Okay, this is gonna be good.
Now that you've heard,
Can I answer like those men and not particularly my marriage?
Yes, you can.
Good.
The first thing that comes to your head, just like if you had a Family Feud timer.
Okay.
All right. Name a feature that most likely attracted your spouse to you.
Her ass.
Name a feature that most likely attracted your spouse to you.
Oh, not me to her.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, whoops. My voice.
Okay, very good. Name the most important thing a couple has to pick for their wedding.
The cake.
Wow. The cake, huh? Name an activity that is more fun to do with your spouse.
Sex.
Who else are you doing it with? Okay. Name something that a woman changes that her husband might not notice.
Her hair color.
Wow! Jesus! Name a food associated with romance.
Sorry, say that one more time.
Name a food associated with romance.
Pasta.
Name something you and your spouse might share on a date.
Oh, pizza.
Name someone you want at your wedding but not on your honeymoon.
My mom. That would have been the number one answer.
Yeah,
That would
very
have
good.
mom or dad, parent.
Yep.
I know.
Name a way to apologize.
Sex.
Wow.
Okay, I'll be real.
Okay.
Chocolate covered strawberries.
All right, so we're buying apologies.
Fuck yeah. I mean, that's how it works.
Name something a spouse might avoid doing around their partner.
Masturbating.
That's a good one, actually. Name a great gift to give newlyweds.
A towel in a tub.
Name a place where people get married.
The church.
All right. Oh, this is a good one. Name a famous couple, past or present, with an ideal marriage.
Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphries.
Okay. I only got a couple more. I'm glad.
How great was that? Come on, that was good, right?
That was great. I'm
All
glad
right.
I only got a couple more. Name something a person might say is hard about being married.
Having to report. Like if you, let's say you were always just this independent person, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like you went everywhere you wanted to go, you did everything you wanted to do. Now it has to be spoken over with your spouse. And like if you're used to always making decisions for yourself, I think that would be a thing for, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A tough thing for somebody to get used to if you never were used to giving that up.
All right. I like it. I got two more for you.
Yeah.
Name something married couples commonly fight about.
Family.
Oh, that's a good one. And last one. Name an excuse for not having a weekly date night with your spouse.
The kids.
What about the kids?
We got to take care of the kids.
Okay, that's fair.
How did I do?
I think you did fine. We're not going to end up like those people on TikTok. We at least got another year in us.
Okay. We'll do a few more of these next year, and we'll check the temperature.
Yeah.
Here are some unspoken rules that have made our marriage work. Now, granted, my husband and I have only been married about 2 years, but we've been together almost 13 years. So these are some things that have just helped us stay happier and more in love than ever. First things first, we don't hold grudges. We don't keep track and keep score of what the other person has done wrong. We choose to let that shit go. There are days where I fuck up. There are days where he fucks up. That's a partnership. It's give and a take. Sometimes I have to lean on him. Sometimes he has to lean on me. That's just marriage. We have a motto in our marriage, and it's make out and move on. And unless it's something that's really important that needs to be dealt with, we just kind of let it go. Number two, sometimes we go to bed angry. You know that saying, it's like never go to bed angry with your partner. We choose to believe that just because it's nighttime doesn't mean that the other person or both of us has to be forced into feeling like we're done and this has just been resolved. We'll let it air out. We'll let ourselves have some time. We'll deal with it in the morning when we're more coherent and awake. Number three, we acknowledge when we've done something wrong and we actually apologize for it in a genuine way. We will stop what we're doing. We will stop work. We'll walk into each other's office. We will grab each other for a hug, kiss for a minute, and say, hey, I'm really sorry. I know what I did affected you. I didn't mean it. I'm just having a stressful day. And we actually speak to one another and apologize with meaning. This one's definitely gonna ruffle some feathers. The next one is that we share bank accounts. I have my own checking account. He has his own checking account, but we can see into each other's bank accounts. I think this just makes us both feel like there's nothing ever that we're hiding. We are one, we're a little unit, we're a partnership, and that feels really good and safe and grounding. Like I said, we each have our own money, but we do share expenses, and it just feels really good to have one unit together, if that makes sense. We also don't keep track of who buys what or who does what around the house. We are equal. I'll buy things here, he buys things there. I'll do these things around the house, he does these things around the house. We are equal. This is a big one. We stick up for each other in crowds of people or like with friends and family. We choose to have each other's back no matter what the circumstances. There's just something about like having your person's back in front of people that feels really fucking good and very safe and very protective. So we always have each other's backs no matter what or where we are. We never talk shit about each other to our friends or family in a malicious way. Obviously, if you need to vent and you need to talk to someone, that's different, but we don't like call each other's friends up or call our family and like shit talk the other person. That's a big no. If something is going on and we need to deal with it by ourselves, then we choose to do that rather than just air our problems out for everyone to be involved. Next is that we learned about each other's love languages, which was huge because we actually learned that our love languages are very different and we needed to show up in a different way in order to make each other feel very loved and seen. This changed our marriage hardcore in the best way possible. And lastly is that we put our marriage above everything else, above work, above friends, above family. We are the main unit, and we choose to just prioritize us over everything else.
I really loved that so much. I agreed with everything that she said.
No, it was interesting.
It's great to know that other people are making a conscious effort to have healthy relationships.
And value marriage for what it is, right?
Right. And even to say, like, I really even liked, the thing that really made me want to share this on the show was her, where she said, you know, we go to bed mad sometimes. And we say, look, we're not really over this, but let's shelve it and revisit it in the morning, and maybe we have clearer heads. And that makes sense, because there are times when a situation can't be resolved overnight. Sometimes you do have to go to bed. Sometimes you do have to just be like, you know what, I love you, but I'm still annoyed. Let's try again in the morning. I loved that she said, we say this all the time on the show, we don't shit talk each other to other people. And we're very private about things that we deal with and how we deal with them.
Sure.
We even, you know, even before we talk to friends about situations that have been resolved, we say, like, hey, is it okay if I tell so-and-so about this? You know what I mean? So I really feel like she has something, and I can see why they've been together for 13 years.
What killed me was, why get married after 11?
You know?
She was only married for 2 years, with him for 13. 11 years in is crazy.
Maybe it wasn't consistent. Maybe
That's true.
You know, there could have been.
They had to grow into it.
They could have had to grow. A lot of the stuff she said, like exploring each other's love languages and stuff, it sounds like they had to do some healing. Maybe they went to therapy. So, you know, they could have had to gone through some stuff to get to.
Good for them, though.
Years. Yeah.
13 years. Even if it is on and off, you stick through it for 11 years and then decide, yo, we've been doing this shit too long. Let's get together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's seal the deal.
I mean, in most states, after, 6 to 7 years of living with someone,
Common law.
It's a common law marriage anyway, so it makes sense to go ahead and tie it up. And then also, once you start having kids, like, I don't know, for me...
That's how you beat the system, fellas. Just keep moving around.
All right, it's time to go. It's time for us to go.
No, I'm kidding. Well, go.
Once you start having kids, you don't want to just be like, oh, this is my wife, Michelle, but this is my husband, Danny Romero, but this is our kid, blah, 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 last name. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
They probably were like, let's actually become a family, or they hyphenated some shit.
I love that for them. I thought it was a really good video. You know which one I disagree with the most? The bank account.
Oh yeah.
And not only it's not because like it's weird because like I was raised by a woman and who told me that. It wasn't even like a father figure who was like, don't let a woman see your money, blah. It was my mom saying like, you always have your own money.
People act like having access to someone else's bank account is a right. It's a privilege.
Right.
When you marry someone, for example, I established my bank account over 10 years ago. I haven't known you for 10 years. You don't have a right to have access to something I had before you. You know what I mean?
Right. And the thing is, it just opens the door to, like, if I make my own money, right?
Yeah.
And I want to splurge on a little something, I don't need you looking at the... having access to my account and seeing and questioning me every single time. You know what I mean? Like, no one will ever stand for that.
I think that there is
I'm not saying go buy TVs and, fuck up the whole house income. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying be unreasonable, but if I do a little something here and I know that I can make up the money another way or whatever the case may be, and you're asking me, well, and I don't mean like it's not okay to ask. I mean to ask every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the frequency in which it happens is the problem.
And I think too, because she was like, we can see what each other's, pays. But the reality is like, as long as you're paying your part of the household bills, whatever else you're doing is you.
It's your business.
You know what I mean? And
That's how I always thought of it.
As long as you're being responsible with what we need for our home, then...
And as long as you're respectful and not doing salacious shit.
Yeah.
If you're respectful, I don't have anything to worry about. So it is what it is. I don't think about you and your money.
Yeah.
All right, honey. Well, that's it for this episode. We will be back for another one next week.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's always a good time to sit down and see where we sit with married type questions like that, or just even people who outlined their marriage and tell us how they make their marriage work, no matter what, on the bad days, the good days.
I mean, it's so pertinent, right? Because we talk love and sex and relationships and marriage, and we have so much fun. But I love that we always highlight like these things that are so big.
Yep, that are important.
And we do it with a smile because we're doing it together.
At Down in the DM Pod for Twitter, Facebook, and
TikTok.
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 We'll see you next week.